Today we have a segment on the causes of World War II, so listen in to learn more. One cause of World War II was the Japanese invasion of Manchuria. Japan challenged the Kellogg-Briand Pact that said war was illegal. Osachi Hamaguchi of Japan was assassinated, causing political chaos. The Japanese staged a fake attack on Manchuria and blamed the attack on China, causing Japan to later take control of the province. The League of Nations condemned Japan and they withdrew. The League of Nations didn't take any military action on Japan, so they went on to control 1/4 of China, including all seaports.
Along with this, Italy's conquest into Ethiopia was caused in World War II. Benito Mussolini was a fascist dictator over Italy in 1922. He thought that overseas expansion would help soothe Italy's economic problems. Ethiopia, being the target nation to invade, called on the League of Nations for help, but they had no armed forces to support Ethiopia. Italy invaded and defeated the poorly equipped Ethiopia. Due to these actions, the League placed economic sanctions on Italy, but it didn't really affect them. In 1936, Ethiopia was declared part of the Italian Empire. Many countries didn't agree with Italy's and Japan's actions, but in fear of another war and other problems created by the Great Depression, they stayed out of it, causing Italy and Japan to continue their actions.
You done?
Czechoslovakia crisis was another cause of World War II. In 1938, Hitler demands for Sudan to be turned to German. The Czechs turned to France and France turned to Great Britain. The Allies didn't want a war, so they allowed Germans to have self-determination. This wasn't enough for Hitler, so he demanded complete annexation and occupation of certain lands. France and Great Britain signed the Munich Pact. The Soviet Union opposed German demand while Poland supported them. And the US and Switzerland remained neutral. Another cause was the violation of the Munich Pact. This pact was an appeasement policy where Britain and France gave in to Hitler's demands to trying avoid war. Hitler accepted the pact and promised he wants nothing more. He put pressures on the Czechs and eventually violated the pact in March of 1939 and invaded the Czechs. After a while, he occupied all of the Czechs. France, Poland, and Great Britain rely on appeasement. Violent unions support German annexation, and the US and Switzerland remain neutral. Yep, that's it.
Go.
Up next, we will be talking about Civil War in Spain and Czechoslovakia incident. First will be the Civil War in Spain. Back in 1923, Spanish rebels overthrew their government because of political tensions and set up a military dictatorship, but 8 years later it fell. Spain eventually gained a new leader, which created the Second Spanish Republic. The main goal of their new government was to establish freedom of religion to the people. Education was fully under control by the government, so the clergy were not allowed to teach any longer. Now to the Czechoslovakian incident. Back around 1938, there were about 3 million Germans living in the area of Sudetenland, which was in the country of Czechoslovakia. The Germans thought that Sudetenland should belong to them. The Czech government tried to protect the rights of the Germans that lived in the area, but they wanted to unite with Germany instead. So the Nazi Party grew inside as riots broke out in September of 1938. So Hitler and his Nazi Party decided to invade and to take control of Sudetenland in order to protect Germans living there. That is it for the Civil War in Spain and the Czechoslovakian incident.
Invasion of Poland and France. In 1933, just before the start of World War II, Hitler wanted to expand Germany's territory. He saw the free port city of Danzig as the perfect place to start because of the large German population and strong Nazi movement. Finally, in 1939, he annexed the city for Germany, then shortly afterward invaded Poland. Britain and France immediately declared war on Germany. As this was happening, the Soviet Union started building up their army on the Polish-Russian border, and then invaded Poland and Finland. And after the Finnish surrender in 1940, divided the land with Germany according to the Non-Aggression Pact that Hitler and Stalin both signed. Soon after this, Hitler turned his gaze to France. He first attacked from the north out of Belgium because there was few fortifications, and then he turned towards the center. The French army was caught unprepared for a blitzkrieg attack. Taking advantage of France's disorder, the Italian army also attacked France. After the Germans reached Paris, a puppet government was set up and was forced to sign a treaty allowing German occupation and making France pay for the costs. Some government leaders escaped and then set up a free government. And some people also started an underground resistance movement to sabotage the Nazi efforts.